Hey there, superstar. I'm back with Katie Gutierrez. She is a badass interior designer, a businesswoman, and an interior design mentor, which is a company, a business that I helped her launch a few years ago. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the lessons she's learned along the way of launching her first retreat business, her big back end. We're going to dive into what she learned and how she's doing now. So we just finished talking about how you launched your very first retreat, how you made the offer without even knowing what was going to be in the big back end. What happened from there? You got 4 people that said yes. Mm-hmm. Were you thinking, oh no?
Yes.
Like, how am I going to do this?
I had that moment, I know you have had it too, where you're like, yes, no, my God.
Like, what did I just do? I just sold this. I made this promise. How am I ever going to deliver?
Right. And I think that like a takeaway here, like a moment of learning is it's okay to feel like you're in deep.
Yeah.
It's okay to feel like, whoa, can I handle this? Because guess what? Most likely you can. If you're still breathing, like you can handle this, like you can do this.
Well, and what I've learned about myself, and it takes, it's taken some time, is that when I commit to somebody, when I make a promise, and when I'm really committed, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, you will.
Oh, and when they're the right fit client.
That's important.
And that's something that you and I've both had to learn along the way, that when you enroll somebody for the wrong reasons, we enroll somebody for the wrong reasons, we end up regretting it later usually.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. So that's a really important thing, because you got a little bit attached at one point to that 100% conversion rate.
Yes.
To the point where maybe you took on a client or two that wasn't necessarily the absolute best fit.
Right.
Would you care to share a little bit about that?
I wouldn't, but I will. So like we've talked about before, my first immersion ever, I had 100% conversion rate into joining my big back end.
Right.
And that made this little marker in me that was like, well, now I need to only ever get 100% conversion rate ever for the rest of my life, period, or else.
Or else I'm a failure, right? She had set the bar so high.
Yes.
And that is not a good bar to set.
No.
100% conversion. And I told you that.
And 100% conversion rate is actually probably an indication of something gets to change, right? Raise your prices for one thing. You know what I mean? So 100% conversion rate is not an indication of doing a great job.
Yeah.
So I learned that the hard way. So when I was attached to 100% conversion rate, then I did enroll people that I knew, to be totally honest, I knew I probably couldn't help this person achieve the thing that they wanted to achieve, but I wanted to land that client. Mm-hmm. I wanted that conversion rate. And so they converted, and it was not my favorite stories.
Yeah, I've been there too. And that's what I call putting achievement over alignment.
Yes.
And that's such a big part of our business culture. Let's get macro for a moment, get a little bit philosophical. We are constantly bombarded with the message, growth at all costs.
Yes.
Right? Growth in the economy at all costs, growth in our business at all costs. There isn't a lot of airtime dedicated to contraction, like strategic contraction, or growth, alignment over growth, right? And so
turn up your volume at this moment.
What ends up happening is that if you don't do that proactively with intention, it will happen to you. The client will quit, or they will struggle, or they will complain, or it just doesn't turn out well, and it's usually a lot more painful on the backside fixing a situation like that than it would have been of just saying to the person, listen, I don't think it's a right fit right now. Let's connect in a year, or you can come back and take my retreat again, or here's a few books for you, or here's a course I can give you, or something to help them get to that next place.
Right.
Right?
And I think that it's twofold. So it not only serves the customer best, and it serves you, because in my experiences of having a client that was not a right fit, it was so energy draining. Yeah. energy draining for me. And I know I'm not delivering excellence to that person. So that person's not achieving the things that they want to be achieving. So they're like, and I'm like, and so why?
Yeah, and it doesn't serve the culture.
It doesn't serve the culture.
Which is, I think, the most important thing, because that's really, in my opinion, what we're building.
Yes.
You know, at least now for me, I used to think I was building a business, I was selling programs. Now I get that I am leading a culture, and it's my responsibility to hold that container sacred, hold that culture sacred.
And if I may one up that, like, we're also in community with the world at large.
Yeah.
And so if we're not serving like our culture at large, like our planet, our human race, like with the highest version of ourselves, like what are we doing to the world? Also, it's almost like pollution.
Yes. Yes.
I don't want to be a person who like proverbially litters into
our... and that's what we're doing when we don't hold sacred those boundaries and make sure that we can keep the promises that we make, you know, to clients. I'm just, that's a big one. So you enroll people in your design family. Yeah. You got 100% conversion.
So proud of that.
For a few times. And then how has that evolved since? Let's bring it home and tell me, like, how did we get from there to here, and what are things like now?
So things now are really shifted because of my releasing of outcome. I'm more now focused on like whatever happens is what's meant to be. Okay. And that has given me like a peacefulness when I'm on a call with somebody, on a sales call, either to join the 3-day immersion or to join the big back end. Okay. When I'm on that discovery call, that strategy session call, I'm so much more at peace and able to deliver excellence in the moment and be present with giving someone value than I am about like making sure I hit these points in order for them to get to a yes.
Right.
And that serves them more greatly, and it serves me more greatly because I'm more giving of love and passion, and I'm in that energy, which feels better to be in than like sales.
You know? Yeah, so you're not attached to the outcome. You're committed. If it's a right fit, you're going to speak up and you're going to let that person know.
Totally.
I want to work with you. I know
really
this
bad.
about you. Yeah. And if it's not a right fit, you're okay with letting it go.
I was just going to say, I am very impressed and surprised at actually how good it feels to be like, this doesn't feel like the right fit for both of us in this moment. Yeah. And here's what we're going to do next. Instead of working together in my 3-day immersion or whatever, like here's what we're going to do next. And I've actually said that with so much empowerment and so much confidence, and it serves the person, which is a shocking revelation for me, is that saying no to somebody is actually serving them. Right. And that feels good. Yeah. That is a shocking revelation.
Well, and another thing that you've done, I've paid attention, is you raised your prices.
I almost doubled my prices.
You've almost doubled your prices, and I'm imagining your conversion might be lower than it used to be, but you might be making more money.
So here's the thing. Yes, my conversion now is about half, which I think is kind of a good sweet spot.
That's a good number. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I have half of the people, and I'm making more money, to your point, which is like better, less work, for more money is, I think, my sort of lifelong goal.
Yeah. So more of that, please.
More of that, please.
And where do you see this going, Katie? What's the trajectory that you're on? What's the vision?
Oh, I have a vision of making this into something really, really massive. I'm developing all like so much goodness. My dedication right now is to really grow in numbers. Okay. And the way that I'm going to grow in numbers is by having what you call, and what you've taught me, is a downsell. Yeah. So if someone is not the right fit right now for the big program, I have a downsell into an app that I've created that supports interior designers in lead generating, which is really cool. And so I'm super, super dedicated to growing the numbers of that app user base to be very, very large. 1, so that I can serve more people, and 2, so that it can be an easy lead generation into my 3-day immersion for only the right fit people.
Of course. Well, and it is a downsell, but I would really call this, and you may have heard me talk about this term, I call this a percolator.
Right.
Your app is a place where people can come in and percolate.
Yes.
Because they're in the app, it's a lead gen app, but they're also getting videos of you teaching them about how to grow their business. So the moment they're ready to invest in something, you're probably going to be top of mind.
Totally.
So that's a percolator, because they're percolating until they're ready to pop up into the next level, which is your immersion. And from there, the next level is your big back end, your design family, or they can just stay in the app.
Exactly.
If it's not a right fit for them to keep going.
Exactly.
I love it. To me, that is the perfect model.
Oh, yes.
Right? Like
Thank
you've got something for the masses, something that really serves them. It's got volume, it's got, you can get your message out, you're helping a lot of people. Then you've got something that's a step up for the people who are ready to make a big shift quick.
Right.
You've got a breakthrough that can serve people even if they pop back to the percolator, no problem. They still got value. And then you've got something for the people who are like full tilt, firing on all cylinders. I'm ready. Let me invest. I want to work with you more closely.
Yeah, and the thing that I would love to say for that is like a moment of hope for all of the viewers is I had no idea what my percolator program was going to be.
Right.
And I knew I wanted one. The moment of hope for you is to be okay with not knowing right now. And to stay in action anyway. And this is something that I learned from you, to be in action, because what you say is you can't turn a parked car. So it's better to be, I'm using your words, trying to quote you here, better to be in action than in inaction.
Yeah.
Perfection is not the goal. Action is the goal. And what I found is that by being in action, my eyes and ears were to the ground, I think is the phrase, so that I could feel the pulse. And then once I heard about an opportunity, like to develop this app, it was like,
boom,
that's
there it is. You were attuned to it.
Attuned to it.
You were attuned to it because of your desire.
Right.
Which now that's a whole nother mindset conversation that we're not going to have because I have to get going to the airport. But I do want to say a quote that I don't remember whoever said it. I don't know. I can't give credit to it, but it's ignorance on fire beats knowledge on ice. Right? Like get in action. You can course correct along the way. Get a mentor. If you're interested in working with me as a mentor, thank you, Katie. You can learn more at superstaractivator.com/go. I look forward to connecting with you.